one. The incident that started it was Petty and speed, and the caution was out. Here was the field coming down, getting the yellow flag. You'll see the number 27 car of Wallace careening off the track into the wall, and there you see the number 5 car, Bodine, spinning amidst the cars as they were coming to the line.
I think what you see is an enormous wad of cars there, and someone makes an erratic move, tries to pick up 3 or 4 spots, and boom, you have that problem.
And bang, Wallace's points hope look a little desperate here as his car is being rolled back. Wallace came into today's race trailing Elliott by 26 points, and that car is going back to the garage area now. We'll get a report from Rusty Wallace and the crew, Raymond Vedel, as soon as we can. Let's go to Dave Despain. We are still under caution, second one of the day. David?
We have a quote from Rusty Wallace, and that quote is, quote, "Jeff Bodine had brain fade," unquote. Wallace has accused Bodine of hitting him in the back as they turned for the yellow flag, spinning him out and crashing him. Timing is everything here. Mac Jewell's behind-the-scenes nominee was going to be Rusty Wallace's team. I don't think we can do that. They got him back out on the racetrack. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the car fixed. And so, as a result, Rusty Wallace hopes for the championship have taken a bad blow here this afternoon. In the STT Pit Communications Center, we show Miller, Earnhardt, Hillen, and Elliott as the leaders. Now, keep in mind that Earnhardt and Elliott switched tires, went to the back of the field, gambled that they could work their way through traffic. With all the melee here in the early laps, they've gotten a lot of help in doing that, and now their rival for the championship is, at least for the moment, out of the race. Earnhardt, remember, is third in the points. Elliott is the leader. Wallace was in between them, and we're about ready to get back to green, so let's go to Ken Squire.
Pace car is in, and Coopersville, Michigan. Butch Miller driving for Bob Clark out of Crossville, Tennessee, and number 31. The 1987 ASA champion comes to the line. Dale Earnhardt trailing him. Car has really had a change of drivers this year. Brad Teague started, Joe Ruttman came in, now Miller at the controls, and here's a move on the inside by Kyle Petty trying to get a lap back instantaneously off the line. He's down there, Kyle moving to get that lap back, and Earnhardt coming with him. Earnhardt, who went all the way to the rear, giving himself an opportunity. No, Earnhardt elected to stay on his tire, didn't he? Yeah, he did stay on his tire.
No, Earnhardt did switch to Goodyear tires, but he did stay out on this caution and did not come back in for a pit stop now, and that put him back up front.
So here he is in second spot, and a lap car between Earnhardt and Butch Miller, the leader. Dale Earnhardt. Oh, here's Bodine getting tapped. I think Bobby Shatta, number 66. No, it was Morgan Shepherd's 57 that just tapped him up in turn number 3. Got him a little sideways.
I think you notice already we're getting double wide racing, really good racing. The new racetrack is something. Kyle Petty slowed dramatically back there. Cars are going everywhere. The cars are so close now, and we're running too wide, and that's why everybody's bumping and banging, trying to force their way back to the front.
Butch Miller stays in front. Here is Dale Earnhardt in second, Bill Elliott in the third spot, and here's Elliott really charging now as he pulls up into that third position. Made a nice inside shot on Kyle Petty after he got loose out of turn number 2. They really haven't got this track figured out yet. Let's go to Jerry Garrett.
We're down here with Richard Petty, and Richard, was the second accident related to the first one?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what happened is that, you know, I got in that field to begin with, and then we didn't change the tires, and undoubtedly what it done, it cut the tire down, and then, you know, then it finally blew out. It didn't really blow out. What happened went in the corner, wasn't no air in the thing. So it was my fault. We should change the tire.
Bad crash in the back straightaway, out of 2. A bad crash, and Harry Gant's car has been wrapped up along with 52. Harry Gant's car on fire up in turn number 3, trying to come into the pits. Gant's number 33 coming to a halt.
The fire blew out. The car looked terrible at one time. The gasoline was coming on the headers, but the car kept moving, and Harry is crawling out of the car. Seems to be fine.
Ernie Irvan's car number 2 is pressed up against the wall on the outside. Jimmy Means' car was also involved, and Harry Gant takes a terrible blow. The winner yesterday here in the Grand National race in car number 7, the Whitaker car. Jimmy Means' car already onto pit road after it spun. Pace car has the field in tow. Butch Miller continues to lead, and I believe it's the first time that Miller has had the opportunity to be out in front in a Winston Cup race. 23rd at Darlington, 17th at Bristol. this is his size racetrack. Let's see what he'll do with it. Now look at the number 33. Let's see what happened out here in turn number 2. They're the leaders. Butch Miller leading. There behind, you see the black car, Earnhardt. And then as we pan back, here she comes. Jimmy Means spinning. Ernie Irvan is headed for the wall to try to avoid him. Harry Gant gets trapped. Gant's car getting torn up there.
I think Jimmy Means was able to get both of them.
And it was at about that moment that car number 33 really erupted in flame. Now 52 has been in the pits, Jimmy Means, and come back out again. Let's check on Harry Gant right now.
We're down here with Harry Gant. The obvious question, Harry, what happened?
Well, the 52 and another car got together, and 52 kept spinning back and forth, and I thought I had him missed, but he come up and tracked into me.
You got a sore left leg already to hit that side of the car. Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, no, this ain't me on the race.
Also out of the race, Rusty Wallace. Tremendous damage to his championship hopes here, not to mention the race car. Rusty, from your viewpoint, what happened on the front straightaway as you came for the yellow flag?
We came in the front straightaway, and the caution flag came out. When the caution flag came out, we all slowed. And we slowed, I guess, either Jeff couldn't get on the brake or the throttle stuck or something like that. He drove over the back of the car, down the roof, down the hood. Just literally drove right over top of the car. And when he did that, it hurt the car so bad that it blocked the oil, jammed mud up in the tailpipe, and the car spun, and the car spun backwards, and had a big problem with it. So, I don't know. It looks like the championship's going to be a tough one right now, and it was terrible, I'll tell you.
You were able to get the car back out there with some quick work on the part of the crew. What was the terminal problem?
Well, what happened after the car spun and it got all the mud jammed up in the tailpipe, it must have been a connecting rod or something, because it wasn't the engine never did run right after all that big wreck. And after that, it finally just blew up. It started losing pressure, and it started hammering a lot. And you could tell the engine was getting ready to blow and start smoking real bad.
You were one of the first to test this new racetrack. You said we were going to see great racing here. We've seen demolition and destruction. Is this the future of Richmond? What's going on out there?
I don't really know yet. The situation out there right now, the track is in very, very slick condition. There's a lot of tire rubber buildup from the race before. They didn't get it scraped up from the night before. We're going to have to see how it turns out. Obviously, it wasn't good for me. The tire war is a big problem. It's an everlasting thing, and it's really hurt our... If we lose the championship, it'd be because of the tires, probably. Goodyear's got a good tire. Hoosier had a tire that ran real fast, but a blister that forced everybody to go to the Goodyear to start the race. It forced the good cars to go behind a bunch of not-so-good cars, and the not-so-good cars is what got me in a wreck.
What's the solution to the tire problem, the tire war? How do we end it, or should we end it?
I think we just all need to run Goodyears. I don't know. I can't hardly say that. It seems like the Goodyear's a safe tire. We run fast with the Hoosiers, but we seem to have problems with them living. The Goodyear seems to be a good tire all the way around.
There are 8 races to go. You're just back there with Earnhardt now. If Bill has bad luck, you're right back in and hang in there, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
That's Rusty Wallace. Let's go back to Ken Squire.
8 races to go this season. Let's hope things come around a bit for Rusty Wallace, who's certainly been on his uppers from Bristol on. Butch Miller continuing to lead. Dale Earnhardt in second. Bill Elliott is third. Sterling Marlin fourth. Bobby Hill in fifth. Terry Labonte in sixth. Phil Parsons in seventh here at the Richmond Fairgrounds, where it's wild and woolly thus far.
That Woolley Richmond 400 coming to you live on Turner Broadcasting today, and a bit of a surprise in our True Value Hard Charger running thus far. Mike Alexander sort of inherited the lead early on and then showed he knew what to do with it, ran away with those early laps, put himself at the top of the Hard Charger leaderboard here, at least in the early going. Remains to be seen. A lot of laps left to build up points for that $1,500 award from the True Value Hardware people. Now here at Richmond, after all the years that the U.S. Air Force Reserve has been a supporter of championship caliber racing, I think it's appropriate that they came on board to be part of our show here today and to present their own special award. And for that, let's go to Colonel Jim Pierce.
To present today's special award is the commander of the 459th Air Force Reserve Military Airlift Wing at Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland, Colonel Larry Bates.
Thank you, Jim. Paul, On behalf of your avid race car fans here in the Richmond